I'm here making Pizzettas. Oh, Reagan's here. And I don't know if they're real. I think I made up that word, but maybe not. But I'm going to press on because this Facebook Live is all about our new equipment. We are, this Facebook Live is connected to episode 3 of Smidgen Podcast. Smidgen Podcast is back. Season 3, hello. Season 3 is up and running. You can jump into any episode of any season at any time. It is not a serial podcast, although I want to do one and I have an idea for one. But my podcast is all about home cooking. It's all about approaching home cooking from a place of convenience and simplicity. And it's so much fun. It's the same thing we do in cooking classes, just on a podcast. So today I'm going to make pizzettas because the episode that we worked on is all about the equipment in our teaching kitchen. So this is our gorgeous teaching kitchen. I made it, Chelsea. I did it. I troubleshot my situation. Our teaching kitchen is gorgeous and it is filled with monogram appliances. These are absolutely commercial grade, beautiful, high end appliances. And we had the pleasure of working with the folks from Monogram and also with Ferguson here in Baton Rouge. So, for those of you in Baton Rouge, you may recognize the name ADL. That's where you go get your kitchen appliances when you're renovating or building. It's now called Ferguson. And those folks are the greatest of all time. So we have been blown away with the service they've provided. We are so happy we connected with them because they connected us with Monogram. We went in not planning to buy Monogram, we were going to buy another name. And we ended up with Monogram, and we're so glad we did. So, one of the things we built in is that guy. That is a hearth oven. So, we make pizzas and flatbreads, and we haven't figured out all the other things we're going to make yet, but we're working on it. 1,000 degrees. So, it's no joke. So, I'm going to put some very, very simple flatbread in there today. And this would be a killer addition to your kitchen. But look, I know a lot of folks have these, it's a big grill, but it's a flat top. So this would apply to working on that piece of equipment. And then I know folks who have a big green egg, a stone that goes on their big green egg. So pay attention if you have one of those, but also pay attention if you have an oven because you're going to crank that guy up to easy 450 degrees and you are going to be able to pull out beautiful flatbread and pizzas. So a stone is what's happening in this hearth oven, built in stone oven, and then that radiant heat all around, and 1,000 degrees doesn't hurt anything. But you want to think about replicating that at home. So you need a very hot oven, and if you have a stone, they are great. Mine is going on 30 years old and still going strong, so they're a great buy. Okay, so let me get these pizzettas going. And again, I don't know if it's a word, but we're going to go with it. So, what I've done before you arrived, and this is all about, I'm feeling some rosemary right now, you guys. So, what I've done is I've taken our butcher salt. Butcher salt is a salt that we blend, and you can see that it's salt with all these beautiful French herbs and pretty pretty forward on the rosemary. This it sits stove side at my home. This goes on steaks, chops. I use it as just my everyday salt a lot of times. So a beautiful salt that has herbs in it. And it is similar to a butcher salt that you would see in a traditional butcher shop. So I have seasoned a chicken thigh with butcher salt and seared it in a skillet, and I told y'all I'm feeling some rosemary today. Rosemary extra virgin olive oil, one of my absolute favorites. You know, rosemary sort of gets shoved into the fall, like that's a fall flavor. We do that for Thanksgiving. Not here. Ann Milneck does that 365 days a year. So butcher salt, rosemary oil. Seared it, easy peasy. So let me get that over to my board. It's been on really low heat and kind of resting, so I'm good to cut into it. But you definitely would want to allow that to rest. So let me get this guy out of the way. And then we're going to slice that chicken thigh and get that ready for our pizzettas. Let me let that rest just for a second longer, and I'll do this part. So what I have, look, you can make pizza dough, and we have multiple pizza dough recipes on our website. We have Alana's, which is fantastic, and then we have another one that comes together really quickly. It's all about the yeast that you use. You can do that, and we're here for it, but you can also use a store-bought flatbread. So we're going to have to charge that one. It's telling me low battery. We're not going to have another iPad die on us. I'm on iPad number 2, by the way. Okay, store-bought naan. So I like naan. It's a little bit thicker. I think you could get there with pita bread, but I like naan. So naan or flatbread. And what I'm going to do, Alana likes to use the flat side as the side that she dresses. So what we're going to do is drizzle this with rosemary olive oil. And I'm going to get that here. Let me move all my stuff. All right, rosemary olive oil. And I'm going to sprinkle it with a little bit of butcher salt. Get that seasoned with butcher salt. All right, I think we're cooking with gas now. We're charging. Okay, butcher salt, rosemary olive oil. So I am then going to pull this chicken over and slice that. So you could have this, y'all, this could be leftover chicken that you made, that you make, then the next day you make a pizzetta, and it's so fancy. All right, I'm gonna slice this chicken. You could use chicken breast if you want to, a lot more flavor in a thigh, but you see, I'm just doing very thin slices. The rosemary is just wafting up from everywhere. I have so much rosemary going on here. All right, that's beautiful. And so I've got my chicken, and I'm gonna go on my flatbread. Here I am, onto the flatbread. And then the recipe on the website calls for mozzarella. We didn't have any, but we had a lot, y'all. Let me zoom out so you can see my face. A lot of Gruyere. So we're using Gruyere, and it's delicious. All right, so I've got my chicken, my rosemary extra virgin olive oil, and I'm going to go on with my grated Gruyere. Yum. Here's the Gruyere. And then I have more rosemary because I'm going to do fresh rosemary, but I'm getting all this cheese. I'm not leaving any behind. Okay. So now I'm going to do a little bit of fresh rosemary and leave a little bit more because I'm going to garnish with more fresh at the end. But if you are a rosemary lover like me, you will love this. So I just sort of push it back in a pile, go over it, push it back in a pile. Not a whole lot of magic there with a lot of herbs. And I don't want to go over it too many times. I want to get this in pieces. Okay. So on it goes. And then I'm going in the monogram oven. So Alana is standing by because she is our pizza expert. We should put a link. She was just in 225. We should put a link to it. Are you in comments, or is Chelsea? Chelsea will do it. Chelsea's super smart. Alana is our pizza expert, and she teaches pizza classes, and you should come to one. You should also book a private one because they're really fun, and you eat a lot of pizza. Okay, so I've got my pizzetta on my peel. This is my peel. And I'm going to my hearth oven, 1,000 degrees. All right. So this is a pre-baked crust. So when you're going in an oven at this temperature, you're going to go just for a little while right on the stone. And then because it's baked and this is cooked and we don't want it to get too dark too soon before this action happens on the top, you have to create a little barrier. And I mean a little barrier, and watch. Okay, I'm going in the oven. Look at me. So we're going to go 3 minutes, would you say? We're probably going to go 3 minutes. And we're going to get some good browning on the bottom. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put it on a pizza screen. And we sell these here at the shop. You might have one knocking around in the cabinet, and they're a great thing. So just this, setting that flatbread on this will keep it from getting too brown or burning while the top continues to do its thing. And super simple, and we use them in our pizza class, and it's a great learning moment to understand what's going on with the heat in that oven and how you can manage it with tools like this, because you know it's all about managing heat. So Alana's got her eye on the clock while I move over, because what I want to do is make a really simple salad. So this is all about a quick dinner. Maybe you had leftover chicken, you pull some things out of the fridge, you make a flatbread, and you have a salad and a little glass of white wine. So I'm going to make a very quick salad. And I want to talk about, you move this here, I need it again, but so I'm going to make a really quick kale salad. It's going to come together quick and it's going to be delicious right away, but it's going to be better tomorrow. And the cool thing about kale salads is that they can be dressed and refrigerated and eaten the next day, and they're dynamite. You can't really say that about another salad, that it can sit in the fridge. So the big key is pulling the kale from the ribs. I got all the big sort of woody ribs gone, and I cut it into really small pieces. And as I was doing it, I was really handling it and twisting it, and I suppose massaging it, because it helps to break down those fibers. And then when the acidity hits it, it helps to sort of relax it, which is interesting because it doesn't get, here I am, it doesn't get mushy. It relaxes it, but it still stays crunchy. Anyway, I love these salads. I have one in the fridge right now, and I make a variety of dressings to put on them. So we have one on the website. We have two. We have a kale Caesar, and then we have that lemon garlic kale salad, which are both should be top of your list. And again, you're making this huge salad, parking it in the fridge, and you're eating on it all week. I'm taking a different approach today. So I've got our salad dressing bottle. It is, so Alana's going to go in. She's about 3 minutes. She says we're about 3 minutes, and it is very nicely brown. And she's going on the screen, pushing it back in, and we're going to let the top do its thing. So a great tool to help you manage heat, and so simple, and it fits in your cabinet. So those will be ready really, really quickly. Okay, salad dressing bottle. What I have is a little bit of Dijon mustard down in here. And then what I'm going to add is, we are done, you guys, pizzetta. And I didn't even make my salad. What? Okay, Dijon mustard. This is a trick Lily taught me. Put your aromatics, if you're going to do a little bit of shallot, some herbs, definitely your salt or seasoning, and your mustard in with your acid, and let the acid dissolve those things, then add your fat. So I'm going in with butcher salt. All this rosemary, I need salt in my vinaigrette anyway. So I'm going to go in with my butcher salt, just a pinch, and I'm going in with our peach balsamic. And I'm going to go to about the 2-ounce line. There it is. Okay. So there's the acid. This might be your lemon juice or apple cider vinegar. And with vinaigrette ratios, you can fudge a little when it comes to our balsamics because they're sweeter and they're less acidic than other acids. So if this were apple cider, look, it's mixed and that salt is dissolving. So if this were apple cider vinegar or distilled vinegar or lemon juice, especially, you're going to use a greater ratio of oil to get yourself there. But you could go, we've gone 50-50 with oil and vinegar with our balsamics because they are, balsamics are on the sweeter side. So I've got that beautiful base ready to go. Do you love these bottles? I do. And then I'm going in with my rosemary olive oil. This is a rosemary dish. So I'm going to go up to the 4-ounce line. And I probably won't use all of this vinaigrette on this salad, and I'll just park it in the fridge in my bottle. Dishwasher safe. It's all marked on the side with your measurements. And we just got a shipment in, and we've been selling them like crazy. So again, rosemary, peach. They want to go steady. Go out on a date together and go steady. So I'm going to shake that, and I have a vinaigrette. I did a little bit of Parmesan with this kale because it's delicious, but this is ready for cherry tomatoes, you know, whatever you like in a salad. And you've got a super healthy, crunchy, those dark leafy greens that they're always talking to us about. And it parks in your fridge and you can eat it tomorrow and it's crunchy. Who is able to say that? Bring a dressed salad in their lunchbox. So I used about half of that dressing. And let's see what happens. So it's glistening with dressing and it's already deflating and it's beautiful. And I'm going to call it a day. I'm going to say that's a dressed salad. Okay. So y'all, we just made the sweetest little supper. A pizzetta. Look, use that word. It's a word. I decided. Got a pizzetta and a quick kale salad. Gorgeous. And I have satisfied my rosemary quota for the day. I love it, so I'm not sorry about that. And let me get my plate. Oh, I want to do a little more fresh rosemary on my pizzetta. It's beautiful, though. Look at it. Do a little fresh rosemary. And then we're going to cut that and serve that with our salad. And I just couldn't be happier. One of my favorite smells is to smell rosemary. Really beautiful. Okay. Rosemary on top. And then we'll cut that and plate that. And we've got a great, quick supper. So crank up those ovens. If you have those big stones that go on your grill or big green egg, use them. And get some flatbread or pizza going. All right, here we go. That's a good crunch. All right, cut that in half. Move that so you guys can see what I'm doing. Yeah. Got another slice. Do another slice there. And then I'm going to come in my salad. And I hope I've inspired you all. I hope if you're renovating or building, you'll go check out my friends at Ferguson and talk to them about Monogram because we are in love with our decision and loving what these appliances do in this kitchen. and love the experience we have with our customers. All of this, I'm going to talk about it all again on Smidgen. So definitely go to your favorite podcast app, Stitcher, Spotify, Apple Podcast, and all the other ones, and find Smidgen and listen, and then let us know what you think. All right, I'm going to talk to you with my mouth full. Mm. Mm. Oh, that's a good one. Rosemary and peach, you guys. So good. Mm. And chicken pizzettas. That's delicious. So fun. Thank you, Alana. That's a good one. Tune into the podcast, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks. Bye. Have a great day. Bye.